Hello, hello, Facebook Live. Happy Saturday, everybody. May 6th, 2017. Sipress. Don't even know my own name today. So, must be, which it is, the end of a long week, exciting week of working with, took on a few new clients recently, working on their situations, goals, obstacles, problems, desires, needs, wants, fears, opportunities, you name it. Exciting stuff. I love it. Wouldn't trade what I do for anything else. And here's today's Facebook Live video of the day. And also being a Saturday, just a quick cross promotion. That means a new episode of the Lessons Learned from Donald Trump podcast goes live today. And I record that each and every week for the past 58 weeks, a little over a year, with my co-host, Mr. Everett Farnell. And today's is the typical fun, informative, huge episode. Go to lessonslearnedfromdonaldtrump.com. Okay. Oh, and before we get started, other than the big guy on the wall, I promise to share with you every day one of the over 800 rhinos in my personal collection. And today I'm going to share this golden rhino. This is, I use it as a key holder. You know, you put your keys in there, my wedding ring in there, and so on. People ask me, I don't wear my wedding ring at home because for whatever reason it doesn't fit properly. It's not easy to type the ring on. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. So I put it on whenever I go out. So this is in a strategic position in the home that on the way out, always grab the ring right out of there. But the reason it's gold is because today I'm talking about emergency cash flow issues. Cash flow being the lifeblood of any business. And this is not gold, okay? At least, of course, I don't know what it is, but I believe that it's golden. It is a gold color. It is gold spray, golden colored spray paint over some kind of a fairly light, and it's even hollow. You see there's the hole on the bottom. So it's a fairly hollow thing here. However, golden rhino signifying the hidden gold that once in a while all business owners need to find because we all need cash flow and we all run into, from time to time, emergency cash flow issues. We just do. It's the world we choose. That's the life we choose being an entrepreneur. Oh, thank you. I see some Rob Anspach. My goodness. What an honor. Ron Anspach, in the midst of the triumphant launch publication of his newest book, No Experience Necessary, Social Media for the Boomer, Gen Xer, and the Over 50 Entrepreneur, which just launched and is like all over the place in the U.S. and Canada and so forth. And Rob was on here the other day, and we took credit for co-recording the glitchiest recording of all time. And that was my interview with Rob the other day, Thursday, Friday, whatever. I think it was Thursday, yeah. And so we had a lot of fun, and if you haven't caught that, you can scroll down. If you're on my Facebook page, you can go to rhinodaily.com blog, the Rhino Daily podcast. You can listen to the audio on iTunes or wherever. You can go to YouTube, Steve Sipress, find me. I tweet out at Steve Sipress. Join my email list. I'll let you know about it. Tough to get through that interview because of all the glitches and stops and starts, but there are some golden, again, signified by the golden rhino. There are some golden gems by Rob on there of how the boomers, the Gen Xers, and the over 50 entrepreneurs can make use of social media, even if you think you will break the entire internet and your computer and your whole life if you even try it. So I urge you to go to Amazon or anywhere else and get that book. Okay, that being said, Jeff Ducharme, another fantastic, incredible, extraordinary entrepreneur that reminds me I need to, if I could get some of your time, because I have a, and actually this person I'm talking about here is someone I want to introduce to Jeff. So I had a call this morning, and we all experience from time to time emergency cash flow issues. Doesn't make you a bad entrepreneur or a bad business person or even rare. It might make you rare if you're a 9-to-5er. But if you're a 9-to-5er, you're not likely on my Facebook page, or unless you're, one of my family or whatever, or you're not on my blog, you're not watching my videos likely. Although cash flow is important in a person's life, but in a person's life, a 9-to-5 job, if you have an emergency cash issue, I mean, it's a whole different story with what you might do, as you'll hear when I give you the tip here, because you might beg from friends or family, you might cash in a retirement thing. You might beg your coworkers or your boss. You might take on a second job or a third job. You might ask for overtime because you think that more money only comes from more hours. See, the hourly wage worker thinks like that. They complain and say, like, man, at work, I just don't get enough hours. I'm like, hours? You mean you don't get enough pay? Never enough value to get more pay. And that's what we're talking about here. So for a business owner, a whole different story. When we need a cash injection, which again doesn't make you a bad person or a bad entrepreneur, you need a cash injection. There's lots of things you can do. That's the key. You want to take out a piece of paper or type in a computer if that's what you do. I like to write it on a piece of paper, and I've heard that there's something about, and lots of people are more experts than me, but the very act of writing out things longhand on a piece of paper does something to engage your mind and your brain to help you go through the information. So when I'm at conferences or in seminars, I don't take notes on a computer. I write things out, and that's what I suggest you do, is get out a piece of paper, put a number 1 to 20 down the left-hand side, and you want to come up with 20 ways to deliver value so that you can get value in return in the form of your much-needed cash. So that's what business is all about. It's finding a problem that you can solve, finding someone that needs something of value and offering it to them. And what you can often do in a cash flow crunch, it will help, is you can do this even if you do not have an overabundance of inventory of products or services, or you don't even have a website, you don't even have, materials, products, services, books, tapes, recordings, you don't have nothing to sell. You can still come up with way over 20. So I'm just saying, just the 20 to begin with. Write down 20 ways you can deliver value. Some of the ways are perhaps the quickest, easiest way of all is delivering something of value that somebody else has created and produced. So for instance, we just mentioned Rob Anspach with his book on Amazon. Amazon has what's called their affiliate program. So it's kind of a referral program. So you go on there and I was a member of that years ago, and then they did something with, because I made the mistake of living in the state of Illinois, and because of some state tax issue or something, they had to, Amazon made the decision to not put up and deal with all the issues that were involved with Illinois. They just said, no more affiliates in Illinois, so I was out of the program, haven't gone back into it, but that's one thing you can do. Find somebody who's selling something of value to somebody and sign up for their, get engaged, don't just sign up, get engaged in their referral program, their affiliate program. How about anyone that you use any kind of service at all? Your doctor, your lawyer, your dentist, local restaurant, local dry cleaners, anyone at all that you say, hey, if I bring you clients, customers, patients, members, whatever, would you give me a referral commission? Or would you give me a $50 gift card that I can go I think I'm back, at least I'm back that I know of, and I don't know if I was gone from you, but I got some message that is typical for me here in the middle of nowhere, that I was experiencing some technical difficulties with my internet connection. Apologize for that. Hey, Jeff, thanks for being here. So that's the quickest 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe you can even list 20 of those ways to get money, is you don't even have to produce anything. Find someone who's already producing it, serving it, doing the customer service, doing all the transactions, doing whatever, and pay you a referral fee. If you need, contact me. I got all kinds of clients that do it. And so find something that you can offer to somebody that has that kind of value. Do you know somebody in your town that needs something? Are you a member of your local chamber of commerce? Do you have clients? Do you have customers? Do you have former customers on a list? Or do you have the receipts of doing business with them? You can contact them. If you deal with any kinds of homeowners, you provide any kind of service to a homeowner. Roofing. I hear this all the time. Roofers, well, they only need a roof every 10 years. So what good is, what else can I sell them? Like, this is an example. You could sell them, how about their homeowners? Most people that pay for roofing own the home. They're not renting, right? So they're a homeowner. What else might a homeowner be buying? Whether you recommend it or not, they're buying it. They're buying carpet cleaning. They're buying painting. They're buying appliance repair. They're buying handyman coming in. They're buying HVAC repair. They're buying plumbing services. They're buying whatever it is they're buying. They might like your recommendation, and that person might give you that referral fee if you refer them. And by the way, a lot of these, you might help yourself out by digging the well before you're thirsty, as they say. Create these relationships. Have right there in your pocket, in your holster, as your ammunition, ready to go for when the inevitable, and I don't mean if, but when an emergency need for cash arises, because it just arises from time to time for every business owner. Welcome to the life of the business owner. We happily trade that for being the 9-to-5er who often, gets a set amount of pay and can put together a set amount of budget, and that's it. Emergencies don't often arise, but sometimes they do. But anyway, we're concentrating here on the business owner. So that's one way. Cultivate these relationships. Join your leads groups in your Chamber of Commerce and other groups of business owners, and find people that have excellent products or services so that you can recommend them if they have a referral program. So right away, you can say, hey, for instance, I have a client who has a service for restaurant and bar owners. He guarantees, he does all kinds of viral marketing, and he guarantees at least 1,000 new customers come into their establishment in the first 90 days working with him, and he never comes close to not pulling through on that guarantee. He often goes at the 1,000 way before the 90 days, and he goes way over it, because he's doing the viral marketing, he does it all for him. So, and he pays $1,000 per client that you bring him. Does he accept every restaurant or bar owner? I know he has his qualifications. However, he does work for them all over the country, all over the world, I'm sure. Any English speaking, his system will work, or though you can contact him. So message me, let me know. I can put him in touch with you. If you need a quick $5,000, all you got to do is find 5 restaurant owners that would like, I know it sounds strange and tough to do, but there might be 5 restaurant owners that would like 1,000 new customers into their business in the next 90 days. Okay, my client would give you $1,000 for each one of them. So you'd be a hero, and you get paid. Your restaurant owner would love you. My client would love you for bringing them a new success story and getting paid. And they'd certainly, the restaurant make a lot of money. My client make a little bit of money. You get a little bit of money. Win, 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 win. So that's just one example. Okay, find someone who's already got products, services, website, whatever thing you don't have, somebody else has, and somebody's paying for referrals. Quick way. Okay, here's another way. You sell future services. So I did this dating all the way back to, it's about 30 years ago. My first multi-million-dollar business success that I built from scratch. And at one point I had an emergency cash flow issue. I don't remember what brought it up, but it happened. And I was smart enough to have a mentor. If you don't have a mentor or a coach, board of directors, whatever you want to call them, good luck to you. I don't know what you're doing. Good luck. I mean, 95% of businesses fail when they have all that stuff. You don't have that, good luck. And my mentor suggested this get paid for advanced services thing. So what we came up with, I don't remember all the details because it is 30 years ago, but I remember the gist of it. I offered to all of my current customers, I had 300-400 customers at the time, I think, or 800, whatever it was, and I sent out a marketing message, which in those days, in the mid-'80s, no internet and computers, at least there might have been an internet, but nobody had access to it or whatever, except the scientists who invented it, whatever. And I offered them, sent out an offer, that they would prepay for, I had an annual prepayment of service. They could prepay for the next 5 years of service, and I would give them lifetime service. So that's something you could do. Just go to 5-year clients, current, ex-clients, prospects, anyone at all. Again, you could go to referral partners and see if they'll do it, but something you could do and just say, similar to that, and there's many other ways of doing it, but just say, okay, you're with me for X amount of months. If you will prepay me for X amount of more months, I will add to it X times even more months, however you want to do it. You're paying me X amount. So if you have a magazine or a subscription to a website, a membership site or whatever, and it costs $47 a month, you just say, and you're prepaid for the next 6 months. Well, if you prepay for another 3 years, I'll send you 10 years. I'll give you a 10-year subscription to it, something like that. So that's one way to do it, is to get prepaid. And what happened with me is I think I got about 10 or 15 of my clients that paid me right there a sum which was around $200-something a year. So they all paid me about $1,000 a piece. So I got a nice cash injection at the time, the mid-'80s. 20 grand meant something to me, and I got a nice $20,000 cash injection. And I had to pay, sure, in the long run, this was going to end up for years and years and years. I possibly could, in the long run, the costs would overrun the cash I got, but I would never resent that. I always remember those people. I thanked them in my mind, at least, not to mention I did thank them for getting me through, helped me get through that much needed cash flow shortage time. And I never begrudged or thought twice about over delivering them with years and years and years of extra service that I had to pay for and had a lot of costs involved in delivering. Because they helped me through. So they won and got a great deal, and they had to be the happiest people. Look, check this out, this great deal I got. I won because I got the cash I needed, so it's a win-win. So there's an idea. So that's 2 different ideas, and that didn't fill up your page of 20. So I'm going to suggest you get with your mentor, your coach, your board of directors, groups of entrepreneurs. Hopefully you have all that kind of stuff in your business. Hopefully you're stacking your deck. You want as much of a chance of success as possible. You want all the help you can get. Come down with at least 20, and now here's the key to the whole thing. You do not take sequential action on these 20 items to solve your temporary cash flow emergency. You don't say, I'll try number 1, and if that doesn't work, I'll go to number 2. And if that doesn't work, I'll go to number 3. You don't do it that way. That's the way most people do most things. You're a business owner, an entrepreneur. You don't do it that way. You do all 20 all at once. That's why I had to list 20. And you can list 30, you can list 40, 50. Heck, you can list 5, I guess, if you want. But I'm saying the key is, in my experience, at least 20. And you take action all at once. It might take you 3-4 days to do number 1. If it didn't work, because I'm going to contact such and such, and then he'll get back to me, and he's away, I got to call him back and run. And it took 3, 4, 5 days, and then that person said no. All right, let's go to number 2. What are you doing? You need the cash. You can't wait to do number 1 to do number 2 till after you did number 1. You do all 20 at once because you don't know. Oh. Twiddling my thumbs back again. Sorry for the lack of connection there. And so let's just wrap it up. You need to do all 20 at once because you just don't know. And your mentor doesn't know, and your board of directors and your advisors, and nobody knows which ones out of the 20 will work. But my guess, my experience is at least 3 of them will work. You just don't know. Is that number 6, number 12, and number 18? Is it number 9, number 14, and number 16? Which is it? And so my suggestion is do not make the mistake of doing them sequentially, because if the first one that's working is number 9 and you did them sequentially, your business might not make it to number 9. It'll fail before you get there because it took you weeks to do the first 8 or even a week or so, and you needed the money. So you do 20, write out that list of 20. If you need help, contact me, contact your own mentor, your coach, your advisors, your board of directors, on and on. Get 20 ideas and then take fast action on all of them at once. Prove me wrong. At least 3 of them will work to bring you immediate cash. And I've given you 2 today. 2 today I've given you. That's it for today's Facebook Live video for Saturday, May 6, 2017. I'll be back again tomorrow with another silly Hawaiian shirt and another rhino out of my collection and another great business building tip. Until then, thanks Jeff, thanks Rob, thanks anybody else live, anybody watching on the replay. Hope this helps. See you back here tomorrow.